The previous game was the mental breakdown, and this game is just my brain being broken. Like, there's nothing left. There's nothing left at this point, and it's gonna be really, really easy to tell that something bad has happened to my brain. I didn't go with the normal route that I normally do, where I'm like, either e4 and, you know, play the opening repertoire that I studied for 2 years at one point. That's not true, I did only for like a summer. Or play d4 and keep it solid and positional and play a Catalan. And so of course I decided to keep it real positional. I went d4, knight f6, bishop g5, and to be honest, my intention, I was like, oh, I'll just play Sarasov, which this isn't even that. I was like, my brain was not connected to anything. I was just, the bishop goes here, so I accidentally played a Trompowsky, and I was like, oh, oops. And then he went d5, and I was like, okay, I'll play a Sarasov. So for those of you who don't know, the Sarasov was an opening that is very similar to the Jobava London, but instead of putting the bishop on f4, you put the bishop on g5. And I believe that some people even mistake the two for each other. But the point of this opening is to play queen d3, castles queenside, and play like f3, g4, h4 and attack, or like play e4. And this is what I played from ages like probably 10 to 14, yeah, something like that. And I played it so often they called it the Sarasov. And I just, I would just go crazy and attack people like a little wild person. So that's where I was at mentally. I was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, or I'm gonna die, but either way the game will be over soon. And that was the goal, is I want the game to be over as soon as possible. Keep that in mind. He goes bishop f5, which kind of throws a wrench in my plans. I can't play queen d3, but whatever, I'll play f3 anyway, and I'll just brute force e4. So h6, bishop takes f6. His pawns are bad, I have a big center, who cares? Bishop g6. And now I just continue with my already determined plan of just playing queen d3, castling queenside, and seeing what happens. And the reason that like castling opposite sides always works is because, you don't really want to push pawns in front of your own king, because then you don't have shelter. But if I castle over here, and my king's not over here, there's nothing stopping me from just pushing pawns at your king if you go that way. And I already have my pieces here, they don't really need to be developed. So this is D-gen chess at its finest. So my opponent plays knight d7, which is like pretty low T, so I just castle queenside. Bishop b4, knight e2, fuck if I know why, maybe here. Castles, knight d5, and I'm playing all of these moves instantly. That's why I have nothing to say about them. I was playing a bullet game because I just was I wanted to withdraw and I didn't. I was like, all right, I don't know. This is better than nothing, right? I don't think it is. But I rerouted the knight here for whatever reason. Bishop h7, g3. I don't really understand why I didn't play g4. I think that was the whole point, and then I didn't do it. Like, I don't know. My opponent was like 1700, by the way, and I couldn't tell if he was 35 or 14. Anyway, g3 is stupid, rook e8, bishop g2 is stupid, rook f1, queen e7. I'm just moving pieces around. Yeah, surely something will happen here. I'm playing so cheap and stupid. Bishop h3, I remember the point was like, oh, it's a pin, but then he went there. And I reroute my rook to maybe a better file. b5, queen b3. And there were a lot of miscalculations attached with my next move. So of course a4 is the threat trapping my queen, right? But yeah, this was over the board. I only have a few ways to deal with that, and most of them involve like putting one of the knights on d5. And this is of course something I want to do. I don't know, I guess queen takes. But he's got two pieces. I guess I have a pawn for it, but I think I was so mad I wasn't even writing down how much time I was spending on these moves. Yeah, I was not spending any time. It's hard. This one's just a lore update. You're not really gonna get anything out of this. This is just lore. I played e5, and there are tactics involved here, but I had like some really bad miscalculations. Because I wasn't calculating, I was like, I think this works, and that was all I did. Okay, this is like a hidden thing that's happening. This is like a pin. There's this threat in some cases. It just felt, I was just mad at life, and the silence of chess just made me think about my life, and then I would get mad. I'm just not used to like the meditation that is chess that forces you to just be alone with your brain. And when you're rusty at chess and you have less to think about, I feel like I'm more likely for my brain to wander into real life thoughts that I usually I'm trying not to think about, so that's why I wasn't doing so well. I'm just not used to this type of thing. F takes e5. I realized that I couldn't actually do this. I don't remember. I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain what I thought was happening, because I don't remember. I think I just thought he... What did I think? Oh, maybe I thought that he couldn't take with the knight. I thought he... No, that doesn't make sense either. Who the hell knows? Anyway, I played this move, and it looks like my queen's trapped. Oh, that's why, maybe. Maybe I thought that if I took, he goes here. But then I go here. This was my whole point. Because this is a fork. And I'm winning here. However, yeah, he doesn't have to do that. He can just take. And then what was the point of any of it? Anyways. I went knight e4, just rerouted the queen. Bishop takes e4, rook takes e4. And had to tuck that boy back. Yes, slay. And my position's garbage, and I want to die. Knight h5, trying to just... I'm still down a piece. Or no, I'm not. It just really felt like that. I'm not down any material, except for a pawn. But my position sucks. And now I'm trying to get some sort of bullshit attack going this way. Takes. Bishop f5. And here I offer to draw. Because... Okay, first of all, I think I'm just losing. That's reason number one. But reason number two is I just, like, couldn't take it anymore, and I wanted to just be done, and I wanted to see my dog, and I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't take playing chess anymore. And there are, like, interesting things to look at here, but I was like, even if I'm not losing here, I want to leave. So I offered him a draw, so I could leave. And then my opponent, who wasn't spending any time on any of these moves, he thought for like 35 minutes, and then he accepted the draw. And I had to just sit there for 35 minutes, and I didn't even have any chess to think about because there was no more chess to think about. So then I really did have to just sit there with my brain and just like, and it was awful, and I like was close to having a panic attack. And, but anyway, he took the draw, and then he asked me if he was winning, and I was like, I don't know. The answer is yes. But I was like, yeah, probably. Anyways, that was my last game. It's just a lore update. There's just, you're not going to learn anything from that. I'm not even going to try to explain thoughts because there weren't any. I was just playing moves because I just wanted to finish the tournament, and I didn't want to withdraw. So yeah, I offered him a draw so we could have a quick game. Because we were both playing Blitz, like we were playing so fast, and then all of a sudden when I offered a draw, he thought for 35 minutes. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but it, like, man. If you want to be done, resign. Can you resign if it's not your move? I guess you can.